Hey everyone, and welcome. It is episode one, Cyberworld preparations on the Powerless campaign.
Yep, I'm the new
This
DM right
is
now.
yeah, Donny Danger's the DM, and so now you get to experience his genius of a mind, just like us. Um, and I hope you like the story that he brings us on. Oh yeah, Borg. I'm playing Sparkstorm, Chadwick Sparkstorm. Um, and then we have the man bear playing frequency,
Yep.
and yeah, that's I think that's it for intro. So yeah, this is the third series that our group is putting on. So yeah, let's just send it over to Donnie and let him do his thing.
Okay, so this is going to be different than the fantasy fair we're used to. This takes place kind of modern world, vague 70s, 80s ish technology wise. In It's an urban setting, and there's superpowers. That's kind of the main source of conflict. It's not magic, it's not sorcery. There's superpowers, and robots, mad scientists. The typical comic book fair. And I gave a big recap, very comprehensive one, I think, of everything that happened up till now. So check that out if you want to know what everything happened. But before we begin, I'm going to start by
The
letting
recap is on the podcast network,
yep,
whichever your favorite one is.
let the players discuss and explain a little bit about themselves, their history, their motivations, anything they want to say before we begin. Uh, Whoever wants to go first.
Um, I can go. I play Frequency. That's his superhero name. The actual name is Zach Johnson. Frequency was born to parents who had superpowers. His mother had the power to shift the opacity of atoms to make herself and other things invincible. And her father had super speed. Um, Frequency was born with a combination of both. He can shift the atoms. He also has super speed, but he found out he can also control the speed of the atoms. He's speeding them up to heat things up and slowing them down to cool things off. He started off in his dimension as an 18-year-old hotshot trying to prove himself a better hero than his father, and went through some pretty life changing events. Ultimately, too much to get into, but in the end, he lost a lot of people he liked in his hero group, people he tried to save and failed. Um, and just before the end of his dimension, he was messing around with his super speed and ended up traveling dimensions. He appears in this new place. It looks a lot like where he's from, but also a lot different. And while wandering around trying to gain his bearings, he ran into Chadwick Sparkstorm, who was fighting a gang of hooligans, I think.
Yeah.
Uh, and then he decided to save him. He finds out that what he did was ultimately changing dimensions, and he now has a second chance to save the heroes he had grown to consider friends. Well, some heroes, some not so kind people. Um, so along with mentoring Chadwick and trying to teach him to be a decisive hero, not necessarily good or bad, but follow his own will, he's also attempting to find and save all of his friends. So far, he's found two of them, Gizmo Girl and Holy Diver. Holy Diver is fine right now, but Gizmo Girl was kidnapped. and that's where we're heading into next, I believe.
Well, she wasn't really kidnapped. She got transported somewhere, and you don't really know the specifics.
Yeah, that yeah.
And Sparkstorm, aka Chadwick Storm.
Yeah. So the man bear missed a couple things on mine. He so yeah. I forgot how he actually gave me my powers, or how I extracted my powers.
You were born with yours. You're
Kind
one of the few in your dimension that was actually born with your powers.
I think you just noticed them one day, like you just tried to use them and you could.
Oh.
I
Oh,
think that's what happened.
Yeah, because the way he explained it in the beginning when we first started this campaign was most people in this dimension gain their powers through stat X, but you were one of the few that was actually born with your powers. You never used the drug to attain them.
okay. So I was born with my powers, but they just didn't. Kind of like Harry Potter. You don't actually experience them until you're adolescent. Um, I'm currently a what 16, 17-year-old high schooler,
Mm.
junior year. Don't really know my birthday, but I was a more of a brainiac. I really liked computers, which are barely existent in this day and age, and building stuff like mechanically. I have a whole lot of trinkets in my house of just like common electronics nowadays, but like advanced for back then, like an electric alarm clock that can sit at your on your bedside table, um, instead of the little belly one. Yeah, so I tinker and stuff, and I try to make a lot of uh yeah. So engineering is a big in mine, and Chadwick actually somehow realized he had can control um electricity. Like his body can charge up to a small point some electricity and send it out in different way forms, fashions. Um, and yeah, he I guess it was the hooligans, but like the Century City's not the nicest, even though he lives like in the suburbs. But like, bullies are everywhere. And so I apparently was getting, I got picked on, I was the nerdy kid on a regular basis, and then all of a sudden this other kid shows up, and Chadwick's like, no, no, it's fine. This happens all the time. I can fight them off. And then Chadwick was like, then the guy named who I later found was Freakers was like, oh no, I must help you, and then came in and helped kick them out. I'm like, okay, well, I didn't need you, but having someone like you around may be a little helpful. But then yeah, just started hanging out with this guy named Frequency and started to get along. Ended up going down in the ocean at a whim and miss on 3 months of school for a last minute decision. Um, Parents did not like that.
Nope.
Um, and yeah, that's I'm learning about all this different stuff. Um, and this like material, maybe not material, something that these new robots are all made out of that I want to get my hands on and be able to use, but every time I do, it just disappears into an alternate dimension. So right now, I'm on the hunt for whatever material that all these new robots are using, because I want some.
Or whatever it is.
But it's not dualium's not a material. Donny and I had this discussion a couple days ago. It's not an actual material, which is the
Okay.
real confusion. Because I kept trying to grab it like it was material, and it turned out it wasn't a material. It's like a program or something, or
Yeah.
It's not like gold. It's not a resource that you can mine or something.
We can
As
only
far as
get
it
it from
works for you guys, it's kind of an enchantment to be completely meta. If you want to like get dualium, you would have to. This is the arc to get it. And if you get any, you might be able to apply it to items or something, and it'll become a
1 second.
dualium item.
Out now. Go. Everyone out in podcast world, to put in perspective, I spent like 3 months of sessions trying to grab and get a hold of this. What I thought at the time was a material that I could, put in my hand, craft and everything. And Donny Danger just like let me grab it and then it would disappear. Let me grab it and gave no hints on how to actually get some.
Trying not to be meta and just tell you what it does.
You could have been like, yeah, no, you can't mine this. It's not a mineral.
Anyways, we're getting a bit off track here, and you will have your chance to shine with that material.
That's my grief. Okay, it's all you.
All right. Anyways, last thing that happened, there's this big old ordeal. Our heroes fought a robot in Maltech Labs. Covered everything in the recap again, but they both wound up in different spots. The robot, after its defeat, a kid kind of emerged from it. It was weird, and Frequency saved the kid. There were a bunch of like soldiers about to surround it, take the kid somewhere. Frequency got that kid, got him out of there, dropped him off at his parents' place, or well, they were his parents in the other universe. They're technically kind of his parents here, but this universe is it's time travel stuff. And Chadwick wound up hustling with the general, the guy leading these soldiers. And Gadget Man managed to teleport Chadwick out of there. Uh, but along with the general, because he was choking Chadwick by the neck at the same time, and blew up the jet. They were teleported onto his jet plane. He blew up the jet with the general on it and got Chadwick ejected out along with him and dropped him off next to his house.
Oh yeah.
So yeah. Oh, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, my computer started lagging out. Anyways, Chadwick, you're outside your parents' house right now, or you're in the neighborhood. You got dropped off in the neighborhood. Gadget Man really didn't care about the specifics of where he dropped you off. He just decided to fly back to his mansion that he lives at. Sparkstorm or Chadwick. Yep, that's where you are. Frequency.
Jeepers.
You're somewhere in the city. It's
Thanks.
vague. You're a vagabond. You've been a vagabond this far. You're not.
Hey, I kind of have a bunk I sleep in. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's true. You were staying at Mr. Blank's shack, but he is gone now too.
Doesn't mean I can't still stay at his shack.
So
That's true.
hold on, Donny. Can you go to your Discord?
Yeah.
Click go down. Go in the screens to the right. Stream quality. Click stream quality. Yeah, change that to 15 FPS on top, and then 480p.
Lowest quality.
I mean, we don't have to see that. Like, we never had to see your screen. It's just if you're sharing audio through your screen, that it doesn't affect the audio. The audio will be the same.
It's all good. I don't really care. Anyways, is everything good?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay. Yeah, okay, so let's start with frequency since you were kind of on the move. Chadwick, you were getting dropped off. You're kind of just waiting for Gadget Man to be done with what he was doing before he dropped you off. So frequency, you're on the move. You just dropped off the kid.
Yeah. Well. Um. Okay. So do I have like a time limit that I know of for when I'm supposed to be at the mansion?
Uh, he's just expecting you tomorrow. There is no time limit. Unless you guys show up at midnight, he'll be like, "What the fuck? The portal's closed."
Well, if I don't really have too much of a timeline, I'm gonna go look. I'm gonna go back to the bunk. Um, I want to leave a note for Barracuda. I know she can follow me by scent, so she'll know I've been here. Um, Basically telling her that I'm going to save Gadget Girl and I may be gone for a little while and that she should enjoy herself topside and make money, but try not to kill any innocent people if you don't have to.
You're not
Uh,
going to check out their headquarters.
no?
Okay, so you're gonna leave a note for Barracuda.
Yep. Basically trying to reinforce that, she should have fun and be free, but, at least try not to kill innocents.
At least, okay.
I don't
Well,
care if she kills bad guys, just don't kill innocents.
sure she'll take that in mind when she reads your note. We'll
That's
see.
fair. I'm pretty sure you've told her that before.
Yeah, but I have to reinforce it every now and then. She is a merc. She may take fucking the big assholes' money and go fuck up some innocent people just for the cash, especially without me around.
You are trying to steer her in a good direction.
Well, a less evil direction, a more neutral.
That's just as well considering where she was at when she met you. Um, anything else?
Just leave it alone. No, that's it for me until tomorrow.
All right. Are you you're going back to Blank's hideout?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, just before we finish, the meta men who accompanied Blank are there, and they see you. There's three of them. Remember? You remember the meta men?
Kind of.
They're pretty much his sidekicks, his little
Yeah.
groupie.
Yeah, the people I beat the crap out of.
Yeah, they're not that strong. Anyways, one of them was just like, "Hey, where's Mr. Blank? Where's boss?"
He's trying to help the asshole sarcastic butler with something and he'll be back sooner or later.
Oh, a butler.
Yeah, a butler. He's a butler and he's an asshole. Kind of sarcastic jerk.
So Blank is working with the butler again.
Again, didn't know you guys knew the butler. But yeah, he's working with him.
I thought he was working for Gearhead.
Well, he works for really me. So yeah.
Mr. Blank said he was letting you help him.
That's just because he wants to seem tough in front of you guys, but he's not here, so you can hear the truth. He works for me.
The madmen all kind of look at each other. Is he okay?
Yeah, I believe he was fine.
To be clear, do you remember what happened to him, meta-wise?
I'm pretty sure we just left him at the mansion.
No, he was helping you infiltrate the lab, and when the soldiers came in, he was making a stand against the soldiers, and you left him behind. The last thing you heard were gunshots in the room that you left him in. The
Well,
gunshots stopped.
I go, well, I think he got shot, but he'll be fine. He's, made out of metal and everything.
And they all look at each other and just like, Mr. Blank is invincible.
Well, no, he's not invincible. I took his ass down, but I'm stronger than most people in this city, so he's at least up there.
They all kind of just look at each other. Boss will be back. We'll be here resting until he is. And they all
Well,
go,
I look at him and I go, well, yeah, technically, but since I'm his boss, that means you work for me as well. So clean this place up. And then I go, as I say that, I go and sit in a chair and put my feet up and write my note.
They look around, yeah, the place is kind of a bum shack. There's shit all over the place, and they're like, they kind of just shrug and go like, okay. Like this has never been something Blank cared about, but since you want them to, they'll do it.
They clean, I write my note.
All right. And you're going to be resting for the night?
Yeah.
Okay, Chadwick, you're outside. You're in the neighborhood of your parents' house.
Do I see any of the malicious robots anywhere?
They've all disappeared. There seem to be some fires being put out by the fire department, which is running around frantically because they all did go haywire at the same time. It was a big event in the city. Um, yeah, there's a lot of damaged buildings. In fact, your neighborhood was one of the heavily patrolled, most heavily patrolled neighborhoods, just because it was the suburbs. They wanted to keep the nice neighborhoods safe.
You know,
So
the
there
Hallmark
is a
guard.
lot of damage.
Um, did is there? Do I see any of the robots like just broken along the side of the road, or did someone like mysteriously come pick them all up?
Well, as you recall, the robots that you did fight and beat earlier did kind of dematerialize and turn to pixels, and you don't see any remains. So you might assume that they did the same, or you could assume that somebody collected their remains. But there is nothing that you see of them.
Kind of say aloud, I'm like, it's really weird, and how all this stuff can mysteriously disappear.
There does seem to be some scrap piles and stuff, but like nothing like with advanced materials.
Yeah, I'm talking about the event, yes. And so I'm just gonna go like casually walk until I like get to a like a house that needs help, like that's not till I get to a house that like could use a little extra help. Um, so as I'm walking, I'm thinking, I'm like, shit. Like a couple months ago, nothing exciting going on. I could just tinker, didn't even know what to build. Now I end up going swimming with the fishies, and not in the what I think the fun way is, but then I come back up. There's all these awesome, cool, mysterious robots that just try to kill me, and now that they all went broke, I can't even like look at one and figure out how they tick. And all these people just uh, people keep talking about this dualium stuff. What is it? I need to figure out what it is, and I need an answer. Not any of this like, oh, it's from a different dimension. Don't worry about it. Like what is it? Um, I'm assuming I either passed. I didn't pass anybody who needed help.
Actually, I was gonna wait until you were done thinking of yourself and have you roll a perception check. Just how severe of a problem are you looking to help?
I mean, you could have interrupted me at any point in time.
I don't interrupt monologues.
Oh, I was just talking to myself.
I'm a gentleman.
Just a D20.
Yep.
No.
All right. So,
Wait, there's no. Was that perception? No
yep.
modifier.
Actually, I think perception does have.
Was it skill?
Yeah, skill would be the perception modifier.
That's a initiative technical. Okay, that's a 4, so 9.
Right. Um, you are a bit overwhelmed. There's a lot happening. Some houses are legitimately on fire, but they're not that close to you. You see one building that looks like it's kind of smoldering, the fire is going out, and it's close enough to you, you think you can do something to help because you hear screams coming from inside.
If I hear people in distress, I'm gonna run and try to help.
This is the only screams that you hear. There's a lot of noise happening. I'll be honest.
I don't want to be in my disguise because I live around here. So like, I just kind of
You are
want to like go in and be like, oh shit, you need help because. And,
still dressed up.
huh?
You are still in costume. That's right.
Was I? Oh, is there a place that I can ditch my clothes real quick?
You are near your house if you want to run back and drop off your costume.
Not enough time. All
You
right,
could
I'm
drop
going in.
off into the bushes.
I mean, if I have my other clothes, that's the way I prefer. Because like the people around here, they they probably know me well enough that even on Halloween they can pick me out of a crowd.
Mm. I mean, Clark Kent gets away with the glasses.
Well, that's also a TV show that those people are idiots.
Yeah, it's true. Anyways, it's up to you how cautious you want to be. You do know that Chadwick is probably going. Well, Sparkstorm, his alias, is probably a wanted at least.
Yeah, I want to hide my like alias in like the bushes or something,
Okay,
or in
try to
like a
remember.
trash can that I can come get it like later. But I just want to be in my street clothes.
Okay, you drop them off in a trash can. You make a mental note of where they are, and you run to help the family. I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right. Okay. You hear screams. You're right outside the house. Um. You can't see any person, but you see some smoke coming off from the building, and you see the roof has collapsed. A lot of the building is down. How do you want to approach this?
Um, I want to feel the front door, see if it's hot, and if it's not, go in.
Okay. You go up to the front door. You feel you don't feel a heat behind it, but the handle itself is hot.
All right, I want to break it in.
All right. Roll strength check.
Do I get my melee bonus, or is this just a strength bonus? I forget how these work.
Ooh, fortitude. So that would be
Okay.
+3. All right. You try to kick the door and
A 5.
wow, bad roll. You try to kick the door and it seems like there's something behind it, a piece of furniture maybe. And it only goes back a few inches. You hear the screams kind of like they're louder now that they know somebody's out here.
All right. Do I see a hole in the roof, or is it just like sinking in?
The roof has collapsed, so there is technically a hole in it.
All right, I'm going into there. I'm gonna just like jump off the wall or something, climb through the roof.
All right, I'll give you the wall climb since it's not that high. But once you get to the top of the roof, you notice there's still some fumes. So you can try to cover your mouth with a shirt, or if you have something creative to use, you can do so. Otherwise, I'll have you roll a fortitude check.
Yeah, unless the gradometer has like some breathing apparatus.
It's literally just a cell phone, basically.
Yep, I'm just using my shirt.
All right, roll a fortitude check. Add +1 for the shirt.
A 7. I'm going up.
All right. As you're looking for them, as you climb the roof, you start having a lot of trouble breathing yourself. So instantly, the smoke just hits you, and it's been a long night. So now you are exhausted. Um, roll a perception check since you're probably in a hurry and you want to find them as quickly as possible.
A 17.
Thankfully, they're pretty close. They're under there's some wreckage right next to you, and you can see an arm coming out from underneath the wreckage. Help me, help me. You know, you hear a woman screaming.
Um, I want to see if there's like anything that like I can use as a fulcrum, like and make a lever out of it, just because like I don't know if I have to hold this up for like a little bit of time or a lot, but like or I see if I can like prop it up real quick.
Okay, real quick, roll a perception check and then roll a fortitude check. You do see a fulcrum that you can use. You see a block of wood. And the smoke is hitting you pretty hard. Your eyes are watering. It's getting hard to see. It's getting hard to move. But you do see something very clearly that you can use.
All right, I use it.
So yeah, you definitely have the tool available to help you out.
Um, okay,
Barkstorm?
yeah, I use it. Oh, yeah, I use it.
All right. You get her out, and you see like even though she's no longer under the wreckage, she has been there for at least a few minutes, and she looks to be in worse shape than you are right now. So she might need help getting out of there. She doesn't seem to have any strength.
Okay, um, uh, I'm gonna put something heavy on the lever and then just like prop it up, and then I'm gonna try pulling her out.
Okay. Roll a fortitude check.
Down plus right, yeah. Another 10.
Since the fulcrum's pretty effective, uh, it's a good fulcrum, good tool that you found. You are able to pull her out, but you are both feeling pretty shitty right now. She's got no strength, and you're not feeling great. She can't move. To be clear, she's pretty much dead weight, and you are able to move her, but you have been inhaling a lot of this smoke.
Um, I'm gonna push on.
Push on. Are you going to try and heave her over the roof or break out the door that you were trying to get in through earlier?
Well, the door is on the base floor.
Yep.
Um, I mean, I'm picturing like the roof caved in and she got trapped up here, but like I'd have to search around to find where the stairs are or anything. So it'd be easier just to take her out the hole that I came
That's definitely an option. So you're going to try and throw her over the roof or pull her over?
in. Yeah, pull her out and then I can throw her on my back or something.
Okay, roll a fortitude check.
17.
You get an adrenaline burst of strength and you actually get her up over the roof. You catch a breath of fresh air yourself. She seems to be breathing at the very least, but she's still practically dead weight. So now you're both over the roof, and after all that, uh, you could probably safely get her to the front lawn. But your eyes are watering. Uh, you feel like shit. You feel like your lungs are on fire.
I mean, yeah, I did go to the top where, all the smoke was funneling. Um, yeah. I mean, I'll get her to the front lawn and then try to catch my breath while I'm down there. Take a couple minutes, maybe like ask her some questions in case there's other people in there.
Okay. You pull her to the front lawn. She seems to be coming to. She's blinking. Um, it's kind of like a slow blink, fluttering blink as she's coming to. She looks at you and she's like, "Who, who are you?"
Yeah, oh, the name Chad. I live like a block and a half away or whatever.
Kind of blinks a little bit and she's like, "Chad? Oh, the Storm House?
Yes, the one and only. Is there anyone else inside?
No, it was just me. The family was out. They evacuated when the robots started attacking."
And when she says it's just me, that then I like sit down on my butt like, huh.
What, buddy?
I try to get like a bigger breath.
She has
As
to
you,
give you your shower.
as you do that, you see like a fire truck. It was coming down the road and it sees you guys right outside the house. And instead of stopping at this house, it stops at the next house that needs some help. So she just says thank you.
I while I'm sitting there trying to catch my breath, I ask her, I'm like, so what actually happened here? Like, well, how come all these houses are on fire?
Our robots, they went crazy all at once. They were shooting lasers everywhere. It was setting houses on fire because the lasers were hot. It sounds so stupid to say, but yeah, the lasers were setting the houses on fire.
Weird. I must figure out how those things tick. Oh, but glad I could help. Uh, I probably wouldn't go back in there until it stops burning. There's a lot of smoke, and get up and start heading on out.
She's just kind of staring at you, bewildered, probably like too thankful to really find the words for it.
Okay.
Anyways, are you going back to your house?
Yeah. Keep walking, make my way there.
All right. Are you gonna gather up your costume that you ditched?
Uh, I'm assuming I'm still in eyesight,
Yeah, it wasn't too far away.
so I'll like leave throughout in the middle of the night or whatever. I think I'm
All
good.
right. You do find once you're walking, if you're heading back to your house, is that where you're going?
Mhm.
You see that it's intact. It was one of the houses that emerged unscathed. The garage has kind of a corner blown out. But other than that, everything seems fine.
I very cautiously walk up.
Uh, you knock on the door and you hear a gun click behind the door.
Um, okay. I wasn't gonna knock, but um, since I did, I that doesn't sound like chicken.
Do you say that?
Yeah.
Okay, as soon as you say that, you hear the door lock unclick, and the door opens. You see your dad there holding a gun, and he's just like he's not pointing at you. He's you know, he's not pointing it anywhere. He just seems really relieved to see you. It's like, oh, thank God, Chad, you're fine.
Right.
I thought it was one of those robots out there.
Oh. Yeah, Dad. They wouldn't have knocked.
I
They
mean,
would have just stormed right in.
he looks at your mom. He's like, I wasn't gonna take my chances.
Oh. I just casually walk in. I'm like, well, glad to see our house wasn't touched.
Oh, it was a shit show out there. Where were you, son?
Extracurriculars.
With that, Zach kid.
No, I was trying out for the soccer team actually.
late for tryouts, isn't it?"
I
He
mean,
says sternly.
I missed the actual tryouts. I was, in the bomb. I was gone. But some of my, classmates told me I should come to practice and try out to see if I could be a late entry.
Nice try, but school was canceled because of the robot attacks. What were you up to?
Wait, did I not come home last night? Have I just spent like an entire day outside?
Like last night you were here. Today, the entire day, you are gone.
Oh, I swore I went to. Did I? Was I? Is that why there's no one else at the school?
I
Was
would
I one of
assume.
those lame kids that just showed up at school even though we didn't have school?
Oh, okay. I'm gonna have you roll a bluff check.
Good, because I'm bluffing so hard right now. Wait, is it bluffing if I don't know the truth?
Playing stupid, I guess, is a form of bluffing. So I'm gonna have you roll that anyways.
I honestly have no idea.
Um.
I don't remember
Okay.
the last day. I thought that we had school and it like started like going
You
crazy during
were
school.
prepared to go to school and you showed up and it was like canceled right off the bat because of the attacks. Anyways,
Okay.
he buys. He's just like, okay, well, thank God you're okay. I wish the school could have at least called us to let him know this, what was going on with some of the students, let alone our own boy. And your dad and your mom both just kind of hug you. They embrace you. And, they're crying.
I go, come on, Dad. Don't you know, in a large school like this one, they don't have time to call every parent.
Large school attendance has been in the dumps this year, but all the same, I'm glad you're okay. Get some rest, son. Get some rest. We're gonna make some calls tomorrow and find out what's going on.
Okay, is it like midnight or something?
It's pretty late at night. It's like 9 o'clock.
Oh, well then I'm like, okay, yeah. I mean, I'll get some good rest tonight, but I head out to the garage. I'm gonna go tinker.
Kind of just like look at each other like, what?
Well, I stop as before I go. I'm like, wait. What's for dinner? I'm pretty hungry.
You do smell there was It smells like eggs from the kitchen. Nothing complex.
Well, whatever they had for dinner, I'm gonna scoop myself a plate and then head on out.
All right, there are some eggs, egg sammies, and toast and eggs.
Works for me. You know, a junior year kid in high school, always eating.
They think it's pretty weird that you're going to the garage to tinker around right after this whole catastrophe, but they're not going to stop you. Um, how late do you want to stay up doing this?
No, I get up at like 6 for school, probably for 2-3 hours.
Well, school might not be. Well, okay. I mean, if you want to anticipate school, you can. You do also remember your girlfriend Angelica was in a blown out house. If
She's
you want
not my girlfriend.
You went on a date with her at least.
I did,
the the friend who happens to be a girl.
but her dad also wants me dead. So,
Well, her dad wants both of us dead, to be fair.
um,
Yep,
yeah.
that's true.
So that. Thanks for reminding me. I do want to go see if I can. Oh, I mean, I can text her, see if she responds to me by tomorrow.
You gave her that makeshift PDA that you built, right?
No,
No, forgot how you were texting her. Oh, she had a pager. I forgot. Right.
I mean her dad's like rich. She has something.
Yeah. All right. You send her a text. And are you gonna stay up for a few hours doing some stuff with the garage?
I thought we were able to communicate somehow.
Yeah, she had a pager. You guys can basically send texts.
Okay, yeah. Oh, she had like a PDA,
Yeah.
and then I had the small one that I. Oh no, I didn't actually build that one yet. I was still in the process of building it. Yeah. Um. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'll stay up for like 2 hours and then head to bed.
All right.
I am tired.
Is there anything specifically you're trying to tinker around with?
Okay, so I have in my inventory. Yeah, I have a homemade PDA that is. I have 4 batteries, a pager, a Game Boy, probably for like the screen, a cell phone. Wait, are we in the 70s or
There's
90s?
no cell phone. There are no actual cell phones. The most advanced thing you guys have is a gridometer, and it's like twice the size of like those old cell phones.
Okay, maybe that's just like a portable radio.
Yeah,
Wait,
it's got a screen on it. Oh, what are you looking at?
it's under my attacks section. Um, yeah, so I have all this stuff and then like a portable EKG machine. I do want to take the like I don't know where I pretty sure I got that at the like pawn shop or something. I want
All
to
right.
just try combining some of this stuff so I have like a PDA. Or no, I did make one.
You made like a basic PDA, I think.
Okay, yeah, this is how I'm sending messages back and forth.
You are not using the gridometer that you have to do so. You're using your personal PDA.
Um, to add to this, okay, so the thing on the right here, that's currently what that's what I have already on my
Oh, I
PDA.
see it now. Yeah.
Um, cell phone, quote unquote, it was mixed with the page or whatever. Yeah, that's a let's just use like it can send messages or whatever. Um, I want to try adding like a flashlight to it or something.
Right. Looking at the things you have, you could probably use some parts from the EKG machine to find something that emits light and attach that to your little homemade cell phone.
I just want to grab like a kind of like pencil flashlight from the garage that look around and grab something from there.
Oh, okay. You're gonna try and find something on hand in the garage. Roll a
Yeah,
perception check. You're rummaging about. Could be anywhere.
13.
All right. You see a box of knickknacks. It may or may not have the item that you want. You could try to look around more for something you would sure it would have in it, or you can try and sift through this box for a small object that you can combine for a light.
I'll sift through the box.
Roll another.
21.
You half an hour has gone by. You found the item that you need.
All right, I'm gonna try attaching it. Hook it all up to like the same battery, type of thing.
Okay. Roll engineering check.
21.
You managed to do so in 15 minutes. All the components where you need to.
Say what?
In 15 minutes, you do all of that. You- You've got the light rigged up.
Oh. I didn't. I was not expecting this.
I mean, like, yeah.
I'm actually just gonna. I'm gonna head upstairs then to bed after don't finish eating or whatever. Head upstairs. Hopefully, just reflect on what happened today because it was a lot.
I mean, put in perspective, it's not that crazy that you managed to get a little lighting component rigged up, considering you practically made a homemade cell phone in what, the 70s?
I was just I was more or less using like you tinker on something and like your mind is somewhere else. Like I wasn't actively
Oh,
doing anything. I was just tinkering.
all right.
But
Anyways, the sun sets. Frequency, I don't know how early you're going to get up. If you're sleeping in, we'll start with Chadwick.
Uh, don't really mind either way.
All right. Well, I'm gonna start with Chadwick anyways. Since you hear say 8 o'clock, you hear the news playing downstairs. You wake up in bed. The sun's up. Um, you do smell food downstairs.
what? So
The
it's like
sun's up.
9, 10 o'clock in the day.
Yeah.
Okay. I gotta
You
get
hear?
get together and then I head down for breakfast.
Okay.
It doesn't
You
seem
see?
like I need to hurry at all.
No. As you make your way downstairs, you do see your parents are already eating. They're on the couch. They got well, they're not eating. They have plates with food in front of them. They got the news playing on the TV. You can see the food hasn't been touched, but they got it ready. Your dad just kind of says lackadaisically, "Food's on the table.
Well,
Join us on the couch when you get a second. There's something happening on the news."
oh, so they're on the couch, but the food's in the kitchen. Okay, so I'll grab a plate and I'll bring it over to the kitchen and I'll watch the news while I eat.
Okay. You see, it's the newscaster. Stacy Main. You've probably seen her like once or twice. She's kind of new, but she's reporting the news, and well, she's basically covering a lot of the destruction and stuff that happened in the city. Mayor Chance is taking a decisive approach to rebuild a lot of the infrastructure. You remember Mayor Fat Chance was one of the big crime bosses. But he seems to be being painted in a positive light during this broadcast. Um, she says Mayor Chance is distancing Century City's police department from Maltech. Uh, in fact, he's open to the ideas of reopening the Capes Agency after the suggestions of Mr. BJ. She seems to be reading her notes. Kind of new at her job. A Mr. Justice? No, it's not the general, is it? Anyways, sorry, this is all happening on the fly. A lot's happening right now. Anyways, the Capes Agency is open again, uh, due to the suggestions of Mayor Chance. But in a different light, and you see the footage shift to kind of camera footage of stuff that happened at that Maltech lab you guys were at. And you do see kind of a blurry image of you guys, um, frequency, Sparkstorm, kind of zapping things around. Um, Force, the government agency who was contracting Maltech originally and overseeing their Maldroid program, is reporting that the Maldroid malfunction that happened under their watches due to these two vigilantes. The footage isn't clear, but if any of you know who they are, please come to the authorities and say so. And the footage is really bad, but you know it's of YouTube. Um. Anyways,
Hmm.
school will be canceled for about a week. Uh, Mayor Chance is arranging things as quickly as he can. This is a catastrophe the likes of which Century City has not faced for a long time. And anyways, to the news. And some guy starts prattling about the news, and your parents lose interest and start eating their food. Looks like you got off of school for about a week, son.
I oh, that's the news I've been wanting to hear.
How at least silver linings and all that.
Uh, yeah, well, this doesn't count against me, right? I don't. I didn't cancel. I didn't skip school, right?
No. Wait a minute. Did one of those people in that footage look familiar?
Uh, no, I wasn't paying attention. But wait, Mr. BJ is in charge of the new Capes Force.
BJ. Oh, think that that main lady was talking about that blind justice fellow. Sure, that's not his actual name. Be a ridiculous thing to name your kid. But that's what he went by. All the people in the agency have stupid code names.
Yeah, I'm just hoping he doesn't have a team called the White Crusaders.
What?
I mean, it's just weird that they would refer to him as that instead of like Mr. Justice or anything. Why call him Mr. BJ?
I don't know. Not only maybe he's not just blind, but also deaf, because that name sounds awful.
Yeah, he'll probably want to take a nice hands-on approach to getting all this crime, you know, taken care of.
I remember back in the day before well, the mafia wars ended. You know what happened with the chance getting taken over.
Mm-hmm.
Back when the police force actually had a handle on things, they were working with the Capes agency. That blind justice didn't do much, but he had a ragtag group. They helped a bit here and there. Heroes didn't have a bad name back then, though. Some guy with a bow and arrow. You believe that? What are you supposed to do with a bow and arrow?
It depends on how accurate you are.
Why not just use a gun?
Yeah, personal preference.
I suppose. Well, at least they had a good rap back then.
Um, I go wait. So the police are distancing from Maltech. Does that mean we won't have any more robots walking around trying to pick a fight with me?
What else would it mean? We're not going to trust any robots to protect the city after what just happened.
Okay, I'm just asking a question.
Sorry, it's just last night was a lot.
Yeah.
Your father's still worked up, son. We were trying to stay as quiet as we could when everything happened.
Um. Yeah, that's true. But okay. What um. Yeah, I'm gonna just keep eating then.
All right. Now, where's that gadget man when shit like this hits the fan? Your father mutters.
At,
not intending to, say anything out loud, but he's still worked up.
at that, I want to chime up. Like, wait, what are you talking, gadget man?
He used to fly around, beating up
Right
bad
away
guys.
from me again.
Wait, like back in how long ago?
Oh, say maybe it's been about 6 months now.
So he was
Criminals in the
impressive.
city. What?
He was impressive.
Yeah, it was weird. Nobody was able to get good footage of him, but he did quick work. People would just find criminals tied up with evidence, recorded right next to them. Criminals were afraid of, you know, superheroes back then, but they weren't afraid for their lives, if you know what I mean.
Hmm. Interesting. Okay.
He hasn't lifted a finger.
Maybe he passed the torch.
Maybe there was that Gizmo girl who was here in, the city for a little while, but she hasn't been around for a few days either. God knows the city could have used her at least.
I feel like some of what's taken care of.
Yeah, yes. I hate to say it, but I think now that that Chance gang has won, they've been less riled up than usual. Been less muggings. That mayor has been more concerned about actual mayoring than m- mafiaing, being a mafioso. There hasn't been as much need for heroes. Oh no. Your father just seems to be muttering to himself. The city's been a mess.
Uh, yeah, I'm just gonna eat now.
Okay. Frequency. Um, you didn't order the Metamen to wake you up or anything. So, you know, you know, you kind of, wake up and you can go back to bed if you want. You
Up,
know
I
what
go
time it
down.
is.
I I make a check of the house and I run my finger over the stuff and I'm like, did they do a good job cleaning?
Yeah. Yeah, one of them took a duster over everything, Things look about as they look okay. They look okay. Everything's been rearranged, all the trash is gone.
You walk around like one of those like drill instructors, you know, pretending to be all badass and hard ass, and I check everything.
You see that the feng shui is all off.
Well, besides that, I just like I said, I'm putting on a face. So when I get through it and I go, adequate, I will be gone for at least a few days. By the time I come back, this house better be in ship shape. I expect everything repaired and cleaned. If you do not do as I recommend, I will have my crony, Mr. Blank, come over here and smush your heads. And before they can even answer, I kind of turn around and just walk out the front door.
To turn around, you notice that last mention of Mr. Blank, they all seem to perk up and start getting ready to move around.
Yeah. And I make my way to the mansion. I know that's where we're supposed to meet up, and I know Chadwick will meet me there sooner or later. Plus, going to his house is actually kind of out of the way from where I'm at. So I start walking down the street towards the mansion.
All right. Um, you do notice, now the sun's up, you can clearly see a lot of cities pretty fucked up. Uh, Around where you are, it's downtown. It doesn't. It's always been fucked up. You can see that there's some damage that wasn't there beforehand. But there are no droids running around. You see, the cops seem to be driving around frantically.
Okay. Well, I kind of just keep walking and I whistle a little bit, walking around casually, trying to seem normal as I walk down the street.
You're not in costume, right?
Oh,
All right. You're walking around normally. Doesn't seem to be anything really all that happening. So you get to the mansion without incident if you head straight there. Is that all you're doing?
yeah, I'm just going to the mansion. Like I'm geared up. I'm ready. We used our time. I'm ready to go save Gizmo Girl. So I just head towards the secret waterfall entrance to the not Bat Cave. That's pretty much all I'm doing. Heading
As
there,
soon,
waiting for everybody to be ready.
as soon as you get to the entrance, it seems to open up in a haste. The entrance behind the waterfall just opens up as soon as you get close to it.
Yeah.
Do you enter?
Yeah, of course I do.
All right. As soon as you enter, it closes up behind you, and Gadget Man's put you on the map. Okay. Ooh, hold on. Okay.
This is what?
Are you on the map now?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not.
You well, you haven't went to the mansion yet.
Oh,
Frequency did this first thing in the morning.
I'm sorry. I was told to go have breakfast with my parents.
It won't be long. Um. Anyways, actually, Sparkstorm. It's about that time. Frequency enters the mansion. He enters the secret entrance. And let's transition to you right now. You're still eating.
I want to go in the front door. Oh, yeah. I'm like, well, I'm not at school, so I'm gonna go. You know, see what's going on with some of my friends. They wouldn't respond to me last night. So I'm just making sure they're alive.
Your father looks like he's about to protest, but your mom kind of just taps him, grabs him by the shoulder, just like, comforts him. She just says, uh, behave.
I will.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure that like some my friends aren't dead. Those robots kind of did a number on the city.
Your father kind of just raises an eyebrow. He's just like, I raised you good.
Well, thank you.
Be careful out there, son. Come back
Wait, were you just
tonight.
talking yourself up? And I kind of chuckle.
Uh, he looks a little embarrassed. His face flushes a little bit. Just be back soon.
Okay, sure.
All right. Do you just make off to the mansion?
Um, how far out of the way is Angelica's place? I'm pretty if I remember correctly, last time I went there, no one was home, but that was like a day and a half or 2 days ago.
Should be in the suburbs as well. Oh yeah, here it was this weird block I drew over here.
Wait, where? Okay,
This way.
where am I? Am I like over here?
Yeah, this is your house over here.
Oh, okay. That little picture. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna on the way to Giz Mansion. I'm gonna head to her place. See if she's.
All right.
Wait, no, that
Uh,
weird block is the school.
that weird block is a school.
If you zoom in, you wrote school above it.
Oof. Okay. I'm gonna say it's somewhere in the neighborhood. These suburbs. It should have been in the suburbs. I don't remember where I put it. Let's just say it's this house then.
I mean, yeah, wherever it is, doesn't really matter.
Yeah, it was a pretty big. It was a bigger house. Um. Anyways, you see, you know, there doesn't really seem to be anything happening around it. Yeah, it doesn't even seem like there's anything parked in the garage. You know,
I checked my phone or my walk.
uh, it's Angelica Justice. It's listed under her name. She says, "Yes, I'm fine. Don't worry about my room. It's embarrassing to say what happened. Just I'm fine. I'm at a safe house right now."
Oh, did I just get that text message?
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say if I got that before, I wasn't gonna even head here. Um, yeah, then I had to Giz Manor. Gizman,
You
whatever.
you did get a second message that says, "Where are you?"
Oh, I mean, I wanna I'll walk and text, even though it's way too early for the days of walking and texting. But I'll just message like, oh, um, walking around checking which houses are standing or not, or walking around the suburbs.
Okay, just be careful.
And yeah, so I want to to reply to her and then and head to Gates Mansion.
You get a little last text from her. It's little X's and O's.
Okay, just to clarify, we weren't dating. Like we literally had class together and we went on like one date.
Okay. No dating?
So like we
Alright.
didn't get to the part of whether or not we were dating or not.
Little smiley face.
The smiley face is okay, but X's and O's, I was just saying, it's a little early for that.
Alright. You get a smiley face. Anyways, you make your way to the mansion afterwards?
Yeah.
Alright. Again, the waterfall opens up right quick for you. You walk right in.
I mean, yeah, but
It closes up behind you. And you see Frequency got there.
well, I mean, you can switch back to him. He would have been here for like a good hour or something before I got here.
Oh. Well,
Technically.
let's do that little hour real quick. Frequency.
I'm listening.
You did get here a little bit early. So you are the first to see Gadget Man. You see that he is not wearing his armor. He's dressed as a butler. And you see the Metamen that were guarding the place, the ones that weren't working for Mr. Blank, the stationary ones, they're kind of standing there like statues right now. You see,
I immediately approach the butler. I go, oh, you're not all shiny. Are you back to buttling?
I need to conserve my power. So, more or less, I am back to buttling.
Buttling?
That's the word, isn't it? Buttling?
Butlering?
Oh, I thought it was buttling.
Mm-hmm.
Nah. Either way, I go, okay, well, when are you sending me to go save Gizmo Girl? Because, you know, I need to save her.
Yes, that is the priority. He almost seems like excited to hear the mention of it. That is the mission.
Yeah, it is Buttle.
Sweet. I was right.
Holy shit, I can't believe it. That sounds so stupid.
Back from a
I,
book, bitches.
I looked up to butler, the verb, and yeah, it's to buttle. Or it's buttle.
Wow.
I got that from one of my audiobooks.
Wow. Nice.
Anyway, I go, okay, well, I'm gonna go save Gizmo Girl. I have a job for you, butler man.
He just raised an eyebrow. Oh, and what's that?
You need to, fix your two people that possibly got fucked up. The one I fucked up and the one that potentially got shot in the face.
Two people.
Cat Scratch and Mr. Blank.
Oh, Mr. Blank, I don't have access to him. Seems that Force has acquired him.
Get access. You're, all shiny once in a while. Be shiny and steal him back.
I don't know the full potential of Force's combat capabilities. I'm not going to form a combat offensive without knowing that.
Be sneaky. Buddle your way in there.
He just kind of grimaces and just says, "As for Cat Scratch, it's being taken care of."
Oh, that's good. But yeah, buddle your way in there, man. I promise Blank's men that he was okay and you were taking care of him. And you're not about to make me a liar, are you?
Get Gizmo Girl, and I'll see what I can do.
Well,
My hands are a bit tied right now.
I was saving Gizmo Girl anyway.
Yes.
But while I'm in that other universe for whoever knows however fucking long, you are gonna buddle your way in the Force.
He kind of he looks pissed off, but he's just like, see if there's something I can do. But I'm going to need to be here for the majority of the operation.
Aren't you just sending us over there?
There's a lot about cyberspace I don't know and don't have access to. I'm going to need to monitor the stability of the realm.
I kind of look at him and raise an eyebrow. How do you not know about it? You were fucking made there.
A lot of my knowledge is restricted by programming. There's things I'm not supposed to know.
Can I walk in at that point?
Yep. You just hear him saying there are things I'm not supposed to know.
Mr. Mo, I could always take a peek under your hood.
No. No. I won't let you do that.
Maybe unlock those forgotten thoughts or memories.
Again, allowing somebody to unlock those who isn't an Ennead god is against programming.
You can also, tap into your freedom a little bit. I don't say this in a good way like I did with Cat Scratch. I say this in a I'm gonna do this knowing full well that's gonna fucking kill you way.
Hey, for all you know, I could be a
god. If androids could sweat, you would see it. You can see his expression look like very worried and concerned suddenly when you say that. He just says, please, just focus on rescuing Gizmo Girl. I don't want to deal with what strange abilities you have with the Star Force.
Well, then, buddle your way into Force, big boy.
Roll intimidation.
Check my bonuses real quick here. Intimidate 2. Roll bonus is 10. 20 bitches.
Natural 20.
He just says, I will do everything I can while you guys are in a duet.
I say that chipperly, and I just kind of walk over to Sparkstorm, and I go, how's it going?
My parents were really weird today.
Did you tell them we're going to cyberspace?
No. I forgot that's what we were doing today. All I knew is I had to show up. And I got home, and they were all lovey-dovey. It's really weird. And then...
They're your parents.
Yeah, but I'm not used to them being that way. Usually, you know, dad goes off to work, mom takes care of the house, I do my stuff, and I mean, yeah, we do our thing. Also, they might have had a security camera of us.
It's not my first time on camera.
Well, we're on the news.
First, but definitely interesting.
What?
So that's also not a first for me, but interesting.
I mean, it's bad video quality, but yeah.
Always, they can never catch me properly. It's always kind of blurry. You know, I do run around a lot.
No, this is just you weren't running. It was just bad video. But they caught me too. So
And I'm sure they think we're up to craziness, and I mean, I'm pretty sure your dad already threatened to kill me. So, yeah,
okay,
probably worried.
if you've done tooting your own horn, they're pinning all the Meltech malfunctions on us.
Well, we are kind of blowing them up, aren't we? I've seen you take apart at least 3 of them.
Oh, I thought you were asking Metal Eyes. No, I'm saying like the reason why they attacked the civilians.
Yeah, that. Well, shit.
Okay, you want to keep Reagan now?
Well, yeah, I really don't care. I mean, I don't do what I do for the civilians, man. I do these for my reasons.
Well, when you eventually go back to your dimension, I'll still be stuck here. So let's not.
Well, see, when that happens, if that happens, I'm pretty sure my dimension got destroyed. But if I ever go back to mine, you know what you do? You just blame me. Blame everything on me. They'll believe you too, because I'll probably hold a few daggers up to some important people's necks.
Yeah, but they'll still crucify me.
Well, just pretend to be the good guy while I be the bad guy.
But that doesn't
Save the
matter.
world from the evil frequency.
Doesn't matter. I'm an accomplice of you, and they can't get to you, so they're gonna get to who they can get, just because people are stupid like that.
Point, kid.
Uh,
But I'm not about to change my ways. I mean, you seem to have been having fun so far with me.
Yeah, I'm just trying to tell you that we're wanted. Whenever you check your ego at the door, let me know. We can continue this conversation.
Kind of look at you funny. I go, well, my ego's always here, but I've been making suggestions to try to save you. I don't know what that's got to do with my ego.
Well, usually usually you have your ego, but we still can have a serious conversation. I'm trying to tell you, hey, we're on the news and we're wanted. So, FYI, that might happen. Or people might be looking for you.
We have a bounty.
I don't I don't think a bounty. They
Damn.
said call the cops if you know any information, or call the detectives. You know, they put that number on the computer or on the TV.
Is it that detective that's running his own group of vigilantes now, or is it some other detective?
you remember that Law, Johnny Law, not with the police department for a while.
Resend my question then, since apparently I remember that.
Well, you can ask the question because they did not say that on the news. I can tell you, I don't know who in charge of it, but I did know that Blind Justice, or as the woman said, Mr. BJ. Now,
As in Blind Justice?
yeah, Blind Justice, or as the woman called him, Mr. BJ, is in charge of his own team of detectives or some crime fighters.
Blind Justice is hunting us.
No,
No.
no, he's in charge of his own detective force.
The Capes Agency is opening back up. You hear Gadget Man just mutter behind you guys while you're having the conversation.
Yeah, that.
I think I already got a seat in their house. You want me to get you an invite?
I don't need an invite. Like you said
You,
earlier.
not you, Butler. Talking to Sparkstorm.
What? No, what'd you say?
I told the butler, not him. I was talking to Sparkstorm.
Yeah, what were you asking Sparkstorm?
Yeah, I was gonna. I said, do you want an invite? Like, we can get you a room and we could be roomies. That'd be cool.
Oh, is that where you're staying?
Well, between there and Blank's hideout, the Cape Society was kind of monitored by robots for a little bit, so I went and stole Blank's hideout.
I mean, I could always use a spare room.
Well, we could talk to BJ, I guess, and
Please stop
see
calling
about
him
getting
that.
you a room.
I say with a straight face. You can see me like forcing down a laugh. Just, please stop calling. I only said that because that's what the woman said on the TV.
When we get back, well, if we get back, I guess we could talk to Blind Justice and get you a room in Capes. I'm sure they got some shiny tech for you to play with.
Oh, sweet. Maybe I might be able to make one of these things then, and I hold up like a goodometer.
You'd have to talk to Gizmo Girl about those. She's like the brains behind those things.
Well, with the tech at the Capes, I should be able to make something similar, shouldn't I?
Oh, yeah. I imagine.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah. We're also going to save Gizmo Girl, so you could always just talk to her too.
Gadget Man just,
Never mind. I just shake my head.
he just says all of Cape's tech is outsourced by Gizmo Tech.
So did you make it all, Butler?
I didn't make any of it. Master Gizmo made all of it.
I thought Gizmo Girl was your master.
He takes some time to think about it. And he just says, my memory parameters are muddled. Either she was my master or Gerald Gizmo was. I still need time to sift through my data.
I get
Been a
really
lot.
close and I look at him and I'm like, dude. I kind of like tap on his head, like, soon.
Yes, soon. I need to rescue that Mr. Blank buffoon while you guys are in Cyberworld.
No, I meant soon. I'm gonna get a crack under that hood, find out what makes you tick.
You see him backstep. He backsteps really quickly. It's not in your wildest dreams.
Oh no, they're not my wildest. They're my second most wild.
He just he does seem a little on edge around you guys, especially considering what you guys can do. But also you guys noticed that there were some rooms that seemed inaccessible to you guys while you were entering, but if you're not interested in investigating those, that's fine.
Wait, were we not able to get there beforehand, but we can get them now?
Yeah, you see some rooms that are now locked off.
I want to go investigate.
He sees you guys walking back. He's like, "Wait, what about entering Duet?" Where are you going?
I'm just taking a peek.
There's nothing over there.
Yeah, I'll find out for myself. You know me, you can't leave an open door without me ever walking through it. That's why when I saw the waterfall pushed aside, I just had to walk right through it.
It won't open for you, and I'm not going to open it for you either.
Wait, I thought you
All
said
I'm
they were
here for
unlocked.
is all I'm here for is to get you into Duet. He just says he clearly doesn't want you to do anything with those doors.
Well, I'm gonna keep walking.
He as you're walking up through their frequency, he walks up to you, says, I agree with what you said. Justice matters more, your personal justice. It's important that you guys prioritize saving Gizmo Girl, not diddling around this mansion.
Well, we got time before you transfer us to the cyberspace, and I didn't say justice. I said personal choice. So if Sparkstorm wants to diddle around your mansion, I say do it.
He just kind of harumps, starts following you around as you're approaching the door. You do see that it is locked, Sparkstorm.
Oh, I thought it was locked.
Yeah,
Unlocked.
it is locked.
Is there like a keypad?
On the front door, but it seems like none of the lights are on, like almost like it's depowered.
I mean, okay. I want to take one hand, try to power it with my powers, and then you just try to crack the code in like 30 seconds.
Okay, roll a power save and what's your
Oh.
tech skill for hacking? Yes, like a hacking skill.
No, well, decipher code riddle.
Yeah, roll your power save. So yeah, your effect bonus, and then decipher riddle. One right after another.
Um,
You're concentrating on keeping a steady flow of electricity while hacking this thing.
well, I got a 21 for my power and a nat 1 for my decipher.
This is all top of the line Gizmo Tech anti hacking software. You're not going to get in, he says. The lock doesn't respond to you.
Can you try again?
Yeah.
Well, that one was a 17 and 8.
Okay. As you're typing in, the power seems to go out, but you do think you got most of it right. Roll one more time.
Okay. So an
Okay.
18 and a 10.
Okay. You had most of the riddle solved already. Oh, those were all the riddle checks. Oh, you've been rolling really bad on the deciphers. Okay, I got that
Oh,
mixed up.
horrible.
Yeah, horrible. Okay, yeah, you haven't gotten it. You got like one letter down.
Okay. I
And
mean,
it seems very
I was gonna quit after the second one, but I'm like, yeah, I don't got time for this. I thought it saw an extra room that I was not able to get in before, or that I thought was open, but apparently the door just blends into the wall.
as you're about to give up, you do kind of think you hear something behind the wall, but you can't tell what.
Well, then I call him like, hey, who's back there?
Nothing you need to know about.
Nothing or no one?
He takes some time to consider it. Technically, it's no one.
Is this where Mr. Blank is?
Mr. Blank, I can assure you, is not anywhere near here.
Well, let's open it.
Roll a persuasion check.
Um, I'll assume that's my speak bonus. A 9. Wow, I'm rolling terrible today. Sorry, I muted myself. What was that?
Oh, you rolled a 9. So he says, I'm not going to open up any doors around here. You're here to do a mission. I'm going to
Yeah,
help you do that mission.
I'm
That's
rolling
it.
terrible today. Well, I start walking back. I'm like, hey, freak, I think I found Mr. Blank.
It's not Mr. Blank. He shouts.
I don't know. It sounded like it's Mr. Blank. Do I know what I heard back there?
No, it sounded kind of low. It didn't sound, it sounded low, like low pitched.
I don't know. I tried 3 times and failed, so. But I kept the power pretty well.
Stating your curiosity isn't something I'm concerned with at all. Just drop this little act, this little inquiry, and focus on saving Gizmo Girl.
Hey, freak, did you hear me?
What?
I found Mr. Blank. He's in that room.
Sure, it's Blank.
It sounded like him.
It's not Blank.
You said Blank was with Force.
He is.
Are you part of Force?
I am not involved with Force whatsoever.
I don't know. I heard Blank behind that door, and he won't open the door.
Well, if it's not Blank, just open the door and prove it's not Blank.
He looks flustered. But he doesn't seem to want to respond to that.
You go, hey, look. All threatening aside, you want us to go in and save Gizmo Girl. I want to go in and save Gizmo Girl. But obviously, there's something behind this door. And I think it's either going to be Blank, as my friend here suggests, or Cat Scratch. If it's Cat Scratch, just shut her off again. If it didn't prove it's not Blank. If it's Blank, we may or may not end up having to find another way into the Cyberverse.
Hey, you would have no problems with me just turning Cat Scratch off again.
As long as you turn her back on.
He looks at you, Sparkstorm. It'd be okay if I just turned a Cat Scratch off?
Meta-wise, who's Cat Scratch again? Is that the one we fought in here?
Yep.
Yeah, that's the one I used my freedom power on and kind of fucked her up. Because I was she was telling me how her powers were locked. And I tried to use my powers of freedom to unlock her programming and unlock her true self. And she kind of went a little haywire.
And then Gizmo turned her off.
Yep.
You know, it worked last time.
He seems really relieved all of a sudden. Just like, if it's such a small concern, I suppose there's no reason to hide this. And he goes up to the door, clicks some buttons, bop, bop, beep. And you see, kind of lunging out of the room, Cat Scratch. But she's like hissing and like. And he grabs her by the collar and he seems to like have a handle on her, even though she's Cat Scratch, but she's acting like a cat. Hissing and clawing out. He's like, just when I thought I was making progress. And as he picks her up by the scruff of her neck, she just kind of just like goes limp, just starts like making like a low rumbling, like kind of purr sound, like you thought you heard Sparkstorm.
Oh. I was mistaken. My bad.
Then we go into somewhere else with suspicions. Make sure you turn her back on and, do you. I won't tell you how to fix her because I don't know how.
This is glad you guys understand. Worried this would bother you seeing her like this.
I kind of fucked her up and counting on you to fix her. She's your companion after all.
Indeed. Still trying to make work on it. It's another reason my hands are so full.
Hands full or not, I still want you to buddle your way into force.
I laugh hearing that.
I'll work on it, he says, and he kind of just tosses her back to the room and closes the door. Says, there's nothing else you need. We really should just get to opening the portal and getting you in there.
Well, if we're going in the Cyberverse, there's no time at the Cyberverse that we're in the Cyberworld. What's the hurry?
Let me rephrase. Time works at a condensed pace. So, suppose it's not urgent, per se, but the situation can develop far more quickly than anybody can anticipate at the same time. There's no telling what could happen a week from now.
Ready to go now.
I mean, I'm ready to go now. I was just saying, what's the difference between now or an hour from now? You're talking weeks, and you're yelling at us because we dilly dallied for like 5 minutes.
Now or an hour from now, Gizmo Girl's in there. An hour from now, she could be alive. She could be dead. An hour later, who's to say?
If she's dead in an hour, we're fucked anyway, because I don't think we're going to find her in an hour. Now, I don't say that with glibness, because I really do want to save her, but you got to chill there, Buttle Man.
It's important to keep a perspective on things. Always anticipate the worst case scenario and be prepared to prevent it. Just like that villain fellow who entered there earlier. In fact, that's a secondary objective I would like you to handle. I don't normally advocate for killing villains, but this one who calls himself villain, his power is too dangerous to be allowed to continue. I may have fatally wounded him before he entered, but if he's still alive, I need you to finish him off.
When he says he may have fatally wounded him, I use my super speed and I put my dagger under his neck and I go, "You did what now?"
Hold on. Meta Whites, did we interact with hero or villain yet in this world?
They're the ones that keep flashing in and stealing our Star Force.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Wait, which one? Both of them?
Both of them.
Okay.
As you rush in, roll a. I'm gonna say roll reflex and power. Add the bonuses from both of those and add that to your roll.
Power is just my strength. Oh no, power. Sorry,
Yep.
4. So 3 and 4. So plus 7. 19.
Okay. You rush up to him and you seem quick, but in your anger, as your knife is about to like get right up to his throat, you feel his wrist thrusts up really quickly and wraps around your wrist before you can actually get, you know, a threatening distance to his throat. And you see he's actually
as he grabs my wrist, I don't actually channel it into him, but I do kind of like activate my Star Force of Freedom because I know he's afraid of it. I'm not trying to use it against him, but I just kind of want to like maybe circle it in myself if I can, just so he can feel the energy coming off of me. And I still ask, even as he's doing that, I'm still asking, "You did what now?"
yeah, he kind of like pushes your wrist away and backsteps really quickly. Even you're a little bit surprised by his speed, and he says, I thought I explained that earlier. We fought. I was trying to prevent him from entering the cyber world. He was chasing the Star Force. I figured he was after Gizmo Girl. I was trying to stop him.
I look at him evenly, all the cheer, all the regular jokes I play, because one of my biggest regrets from the other dimension is letting Villain die. And I go, if you ever attack Villain again, I don't care how strong you are, I will kill you. And I just kind of turn around.
Hey, how do you know him?
None of your business.
Do you understand how dangerous he is?
Don't care.
Gadget Man just kind of seems to be like collecting himself. Well, I anticipate finding him there. Alive or dead, I can't say.
Well, like I said, you attack him again, I'll kill you. And then I go kind of stand where I'm supposed to be to get transferred, and I get really con. Com- how do you say contemplating in present tense? Where it's like I'm
Contemplative.
contemplative, or
Contemplative.
yeah, that. I get like that, and I just kind of stand there and wait until it's time to go.
Gadget Man kind of just like grabs his tie and just kind of his bow tie, just kind of like re-steadies it, kind of like trying to regain his composure. In the meantime, while you guys are there, I'll be looking into Mr. Blank. And he takes a minute to look you guys up and down. Wait a minute. Your gradometer. Which one of you guys downloaded the data from Dr. Malice's computer?
Computers is Sparkstorm.
That would have been me.
Okay. Sparkstorm. Remember when you downloaded the data from one of those Maltech computers and it seemed to have some the gradometer warned you that it was downloading something dangerous?
Oh yeah, I clicked through that. Like I know what I'm doing.
Anyways, Gadget Man's like kind of looking you guys up and down. He says, you shouldn't take that in there. I'm sensing unknown data coming from inside that thing. Who knows how it will respond once it actually enters the cyber world? And he just kind of like opens his palm. Just give it to me.
Hmm. How convenient.
Yes, how convenient. I'm here, ready to sift through all the data in your gradometer and make sure it's completely safe.
I'll take my chances.
Yeah, he kind of sneers a little bit. Says, you really shouldn't.
You seem weird. Like more than your normal weird. I don't know, Frequency. What do you think?
Well, he's pushing us into the cyberverse. He's solely focused on Gizmo Girl. I think his programming is pushing him a little harder than normal. Not sure why.
Yeah. I don't know. I might need my gradometer, so I'm gonna have to hold on to it.
Your call, big man. You're the computer whiz. I'm just the stabby guy.
I mean, hell, where we're going, we won't even need the gradometer. Like everything will be at one giant computer. Who knows?
Despite being an android, you kind of see, you could practically see a vein like bulging on his forehead. He's like, suit yourself. You're jeopardizing your own mission.
Kind of look back and forth, and I go, you can always take mine and leave him yours if you want. I'm not really a techie guy anyway.
Yeah, but the point is like I haven't had a chance to like look through it to see what was on it. So if I leave it with him and he clicks the wrong button, it could just go poof and we never know what was on there.
True. How about? Hmm. I mean, I could run you back to your house and you could drop yours off.
That would be funny. How about this, Mr. Gizmo? Is there a safe in here that requires a key?
Yes. I mean, technically, this whole place is a safe. We're the only ones who have access to it.
All right, let me put this in. Either take the key with me or program a code, and then we can dig through it together when we get back.
He seems a little bit less than pleased at that suggestion, but very well.
I follow him to the safe. They're after you, big guy.
He walks you over to this little area over here.
Okay.
And ooh.
I put it in. I hit. Is it a keypad safe or is it a lock and key safe?
Say it's like a digital scanner, like it can just kind of scan your bio data.
Perfect. I lock it.
All right. Now, and he claps his hand. On to the mission.
You know, we just got done with a humongous mission yesterday. I almost died. Frequency might have almost died. And the only thing he can think about is the next mission.
Quest for justice is a never-ending one.
You know, Frequency, my dad told me that this guy is the one who used to save everyone, but apparently got lazy.
Oh. Well, are we sure it was him, or did maybe his robot personality steal the guy's name?
Eh, maybe. My dad's a gizmo man.
Yeah, but see, Gizmo Girl is a human.
He
And this
said
guy's
Gizmo
an
Girl was
android.
after Gizmo Man.
Yeah, but see, my thoughts are Gizmo Girl is a human, which means she would have a human father, and that may be Gizmo Man, whereas this guy is clearly an android who possibly stole Gizmo Man's name.
True. Yeah. So this guy's a fake?
Yeah, I could see him being a fake. He's pretty fakey.
Alright, Mr. Fake, you wanna beam us up? Beam us in? Transport us to the I don't know. Computer
Yeah.
Matrix?
He just he seems really upset. He's just like, yeah.
Before he actually like transfers us over, I kind of lean over to Chadwick and I stage whisper, "He's probably gonna kill us one of these days." And I kind of just stand back up.
I chuckle and say most definitely.
Entering coordinates. Opening access. Gate initializing. Portal opening. And you see kind of like a circle open. And he doesn't respond. He says, "Do you see the portal?"
Is it in front of us?
Yeah, it's kind of matrixy looking. There are like a bunch of lines and grids beyond it. Ones and zeros.
Are we looking towards him or away from him?
Away from him. The portal's like here. It's this red dot.
Okay. Yeah, I see something.
Good. I do not see it. The portal is open only to you two.
Oh, hey, Frequency,
Enter
you
it when
ready to
you're
die?
ready.
See you on the other side. I walk through.
You just, you just hear him grumbling as you guys walk through. And you know, the portal opens, your gridometer, Sparkstorm seems to like be acting. Oh yeah, you left it off. Never mind. It doesn't do anything because you left it here.
Frequency is his.
Okay, so yeah, there's nothing weird happening on that front.
My so he was telling the truth.
Anyways, we can kind of pick up next week Thursday.
Cliffhanger.
Cliffhanger. You guys are finally entering cyberspace.
Your first closing statement, Donny Danger. Make it a good one. Because mine sucked.
Okay, so you guys are beginning the next arc. It's gonna be crazy. This entire world opening up to you guys, full of unexpected threats, new foes, maybe some new Star Force. Who's to say what's on the other side? Villain and Gizmo Girl. Uh, some new faces as well. That's my closing statement.
Okay.
All right, so we just get back to this world, and then we teleport to a new one.
I mean,
For what? A month?
well, I don't know how long it's going to take you guys, honestly.
Excellent.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see how this goes. I do have some things, lined up right off the bat, but hopefully there's plenty of opportunities for you guys to forge your own path in this new frontier.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. But, anyways,
Alright.
this is Pork, the Man Bear, and Donnie. Finished our first episode back on the Powerless. Well, for us, it's back on. And next episode, make sure you come back because next episode we'll get a quality Donnie Danger recap. Well,
Mm-hmm.
maybe it might be the one after that. We haven't really done much this one, but
No, you haven't.
they'll be coming. Actually, we had a giant one last time, but
I'll probably have one anyways.
Yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe if you're on YouTube. Give us a thumbs up on your podcast app or rating. If you have any comments, questions, tweet me at fork_17. I'll make that's the most way I'll see it, or go on YouTube, comment on that. But until next time, I'll see you later.
Sounds
Good.
fun.
Later, everyone.